Hello there. My name is Jenks and I'm the Dean here at Grafton Cathedral, or Christchurch Cathedral as most people call it. And this is the first of 6 or 7 short videos which we're going to use as part of the preparation for children between about 7 and 12 as they prepare to go to be received into communion. So this first time we're going to talk a little bit about what the program involves, and then after that we're going to talk about the theme for the first week, which is the theme of belonging. So firstly, as you can see, this is, and you probably have one of these already, this is the workbook that we use throughout the program. It's divided into 8 sections, and you can do more than one section in a week, or you can take 10 or 12 days to do a section. It's quite okay. There are things for you to add, information to add. There are things you might want to colour in, or you might want to actually print off some photographs for your grandparents, your mum and dad, maybe your brothers and sisters, perhaps even a photo of yourself at some stage. Right in the middle of the book, and just in case you're talking to mum and dad about this, right in the middle of the book, the two pages that are where the staple is, they're designed to come out and be a kind of an overview of the program for the parents. So by all means, have a look at those as well, pass them on to mum and dad, and let them be as involved in the program as they can possibly be. In this first week, the theme is very much about belonging to the people of God, being a child of God, belonging to our family, being a child within our family, and being a member of our community, whether that's the local community here in your neighbourhood, or whether it's a school community or some other community. It might be a choir, it might be a sporting team, some other group that's a little bit special for you and you belong to it, and you know how you came to belong and why you wanted to be a part of it and what it means for you to be a part of it. So this first time round we're going to focus on baptism, so I thought I'd start here in the baptistry at the cathedral. As you can see over here, we've got the font. The font is a kind of an old-fashioned way of saying fountain. We'll just bring the camera a little bit closer so you can see what we're talking about here. And many of you who are watching this little 5-minute or so video, many of you will actually have been baptized here in the shell underneath the angel. There's lots and lots and lots of people from around Grafton have been baptised in this chapel, which is just by the door of the cathedral. So it symbolises that this is how we come into the church, not just the building, but into the family of the church. So we've got the place where the water's going to be. We've got an angel, which I've never seen in any other church, but an angel reminding us, I guess, that God's protection is with us. Just a little bit over to the side, there's a large and beautifully decorated candle, which we call the Easter candle or the Paschal candle. And we always light that candle when we're doing a baptism. We also light the candle particularly at Easter time. And when the candle is burning, the light reminds us that Jesus' life will never, ever be extinguished, because God has made sure of that. So we're here in the baptism, in the baptistry. We've got the font, we've got the Paschal candle, and something that's very special and is unique to our cathedral, there's this beautiful piece of Indigenous art on the back wall of the baptistry. And it's looking particularly at the sort of rivers, on the northern rivers of New South Wales, and of course it's particularly celebrating Grafton, the Clarence, and the ancient presence from dream time right down to modern time of the Indigenous people here in this place. So for us in Grafton, of course, baptism, the symbolism of water that gives us life, water that we can't survive without, as we know, when there's a drought. For us, that's also symbolised by the big river, the Clarence River, that flows through. Now, some of you, perhaps quite a few of you who are doing this program, the Going to the Supper of the Lord program, a number of you will have been baptised right here in this chapel at this font. Water will have been poured out, maybe splashed everywhere. You will have been baptised with water, and you would have had some holy oil placed on your forehead, and your parents in particular and your godparents will have been praying for you as you begin your journey, as you continue in the life to which God has called us as his people. So 2 bits of homework you might want to think about. One would be to go and dig out whatever memorabilia your family has from your baptism. Somewhere tucked away in a special place, there'll be your baptism card. There might be a candle that the priest gave you when you were baptised. There'll probably be some photographs. There might be a special piece of clothing that you wore for the day, a christening gown or a baptism robe. And these days, there's every chance there's also going to be some video. So you might like to, if you can find any of those things, you might like to sit down with your parents, maybe other members of your family, and actually kind of go back and revisit the memories and the videos and so on from the time when you were baptised. Some of you will be baptised during this program, so we'll be baptising you here in this chapel before the Sunday when you're admitted to Holy Communion. And indeed, next Sunday, the 16th of November, we're going to have one of our young people, a girl about 12 years age, is going to be baptised, and I hope that all the children that are participating in the program this year can be here next Sunday for Lily and not only be there to encourage and support her as she gets baptised as a big kid, but also as a reminder, as a chance to revisit, to experience in our own kind of way what our own baptisms might have been like in this place. And then during the week, as you're working on the material to do with this first session, which has the theme of belonging, think about what it means to belong. What does it mean to belong in your family? How does that feel? To know that this is the place where you will always be safe. What's it like to belong at school? What's it like if somebody doesn't feel they belong? What's that like for them? What's it like to belong in church and to realise that whether we're in the building or just anywhere at all in creation, God is with us. We're God's child. God is connected with us, and we can never break that connection no matter what we do, no matter how far we go. And what does it mean to be an Australian? What does it mean to belong to our country, to be part of our nation? The other thing I want to encourage you to do, of course, is to drop into the cathedral from time to time, not just on Sundays. Of course, we're open on Sundays and we want everybody to come. But the cathedral is also open during the week. And we encourage people just to pop in, sit quietly, light a little prayer candle. Perhaps if they've been baptised here in this chapel, come and stand in the chapel and try to imagine themselves as a tiny little baby being held by the priest and the water scooped over their forehead. Maybe just to come and sit in the beautiful gardens. Whatever it is, we want you to know that this is a place where you belong. This is your cathedral in your city, and you're always welcome here because you belong. And that's the word we're working with this week. So I'll catch up with you next week, and maybe I'll see some of you in church next Sunday as well. God bless.